I don't think I can do this. Her hands trembled, holding her daughter's tiny fingers. Rain streaked down the coffee shop window. Grace Harper stood frozen at the entrance. Her worn canvas shoes squeaked against polished floors. Little Emma clung to her dress, sticky hands clutching faded blue fabric. The babysitter had canceled last minute. Grace had no choice but to bring her. Across the room sat Marcus Thornhill, CEO. His tailored suit probably cost her monthly rent. He glanced up from his phone, eyes scanning. His assistant had promised him a stunning model, someone elegant, someone who matched his world of boardrooms and galas. Their eyes met. Marcus's smile faltered slightly. Grace saw it, that flicker of confusion, disappointment maybe. She almost turned around, almost walked back into the rain. But Emma tugged her forward. "Mama, I'm hungry." Marcus stood. His expression shifted into something softer. "Grace?" he asked, voice uncertain but kind. "Yes," she whispered. I'm sorry, the babysitter canceled. I can explain." "Please sit down." He pulled out a chair. Not for her, for Emma first. The first 10 minutes felt awkward and heavy. Marcus ordered hot chocolate for Emma without asking. Grace watched her daughter's eyes light up. The little girl had never tasted real cocoa before. "My assistant told me you were different, but I didn't expect this." Grace's cheeks burned with shame and anger. "Look, I know I'm not what you wanted. I'll just finish this coffee and leave." "No," his voice was firm but gentle. "That's not what I meant at all." He leaned forward. "I expected someone cold, rehearsed, someone who wanted my money or connections." He glanced at Emma coloring on napkins. "But you brought your daughter to a blind date." "I had no choice," Grace said quietly. "That's what makes it brave," Marcus replied. Something inside Grace's chest cracked open slightly. Over the next hour, they talked, really talked. Marcus learned about Grace's life, how her husband had left when Emma was born, how she worked 2 jobs, barely sleeping, how she'd agreed to this blind date only because her friend insisted she deserved one evening of hope. Marcus learned he'd built his empire alone, but he'd sacrificed everything personal. No real friends, no family nearby, just meetings and mergers and empty penthouse views. "Success doesn't keep you warm at night," he admitted. His eyes looked distant, lonely. "It doesn't laugh at your jokes or need you." Emma climbed onto Grace's lap, tired and sticky. She rested her small head against her mother's chest. "She needs me," Grace whispered, "every single day." Marcus watched them. Something in his expression shifted, like watching something he'd forgotten existed, like remembering what mattered. They met again, then again, not in fancy restaurants, at parks, playgrounds, places where Emma could run free. Marcus bought them ice cream. He pushed Emma on swings. He listened when Grace talked about her fears. Slowly, carefully, something grew between them. Not rushed, not forced, just real. One evening, 3 months later, Marcus arrived looking troubled. He sat down heavily at Grace's small kitchen table. "What happened?" Grace asked, concerned. "I almost married someone 2 years ago, someone elegant, perfect on paper, but when my company nearly collapsed, she vanished overnight." His hands shook slightly. "I've been afraid since then, afraid to trust, afraid that anyone who got close only wanted what I could provide." Grace reached across the table. Her rough, work-worn hand covered his smooth one. "I don't need what you have, Marcus. I need who you are. The man who remembers Emma likes extra marshmallows, who asks about my day, who sees me." His eyes filled with tears. "Nobody's ever just seen me before." 2 years passed. Marcus and Grace built something neither expected. Not a traditional romance. Something deeper. A partnership built on respect and genuine care. Marcus helped Grace start her own small business. Not with money, but with guidance and belief. Grace taught Marcus how to slow down, how to notice small joys, how to be present. Emma called him Uncle Marcus. He attended every school play, every birthday party. He was there, consistently and genuinely. One Sunday morning, making pancakes in Grace's kitchen, Marcus paused. "You know what's funny?" he said. "What?" Grace asked, flipping a pancake skillfully. "I thought I was meeting someone to complete my life, but instead, I found people who taught me my life was already complete. I just needed to share it." Grace smiled. Emma danced into the kitchen wearing her favorite yellow dress. "Uncle Marcus, you're staying for breakfast, right?" "Always," he promised. "I'll always be here." They never married, never needed to. What they built was stronger than any ceremony. A chosen family, a bond forged through kindness, respect, and showing up. Marcus learned that love wasn't about possession. It was about presence, about being someone's safe place. Grace learned she was worthy, that asking for help wasn't weakness, that opening her heart didn't mean losing herself. And Emma grew up knowing that family meant people who chose to stay. Years later, sitting in that same coffee shop, Marcus would smile at the memory. "Best blind date ever," he'd say. Grace would laugh. "You expected a model." "I found something better," he'd reply. "I found home."